What's up, fellas? Your boy Freelancer here today. So today the thing I want to talk about is one of my least favorite things in hip hop and in music in general, and that is stands and standums and whatever you want to call them. I feel like that the main things that they do is that they stagnate artist progression. I feel like that they also attack people who have opposing views to artists, and then they don't add anything to the conversation. For example, there are plenty of times where I've talked to someone online or in person or whatever, and I like something more than they did, and I'm like, let's say they say, oh, I think an album is whack, and I'm like, actually, I like, but there's a couple good songs off it. I like that song and that song, right? I mention things that I like about the artist or about the album. With stands, they don't do that. They just say, well, you don't like him because you're X, like for example, they'll attack him on personal appearance or on a previous opinion. Like they bring ad hominem attacks, right? They don't attack him on the basis of his own argument. They attack him on the basis of something completely irrelevant to the matter of hand, right? You see it all the time with a wide variety of different obviously YouTubers, whether it's Needle Drop or even smaller guys that I respect like Toshi RTA. Now, one example would be when people blindly praise and stands blindly praise artists' albums, and they attack people who criticize it, right? So, for example, King's Disease. I like King's Disease. I think it's an okay, well, maybe not like, but I think it's an okay album, right? I think it's an album, right? Now, I feel like King's Disease could have been a whole lot better. A whole lot better. Like the snippet, for example, sounded way better as a snippet than it did on the album. Why? Because the mixing wasn't as good, the pianos didn't sound that great, and the drums sounded a lot weaker on the final version. So how did that happen, right? And that's the thing, like me saying that makes me a Nas hater, even though Nas is my favorite rapper, right? And it's not just that, there's a plethora of other things. I feel like that Anderson .Paak could have given a way better chorus than he did on the song he was on. But again, that makes me an Anderson .Paak and a Nas hater for saying that. And it's like, you can't win, you know what I mean? And Nas is my favorite rapper, he still is. I like 27 Summers, right? I know people like Toshi RTA who completely hated the album, right? I still like 27 Summers. And I mentioned that to him and said, yeah, I like 27 Summers. And he thought the beat was on that one, right? But that's the thing though, like, I'm trying to add to the conversation. I'm not just trying to go in there and go, you're a hater, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. Every time someone disagrees with me, because that's just stupid. You just come across as immature and ignorant, right? And arrogant as well. On top of that, ignorance and arrogance don't mesh well, right? They really don't. If you're gonna be arrogant, at least know your shit. If you're gonna be ignorant, don't be arrogant, right? But obviously, it's like talking to a brick wall sometimes. And a great example of this would be, like, even if you like someone, this is how annoying stans can get. You can like someone, but because you don't like them enough, you get hate on for it. You get shit for it, right? So, a good example of that would be Eminem not being put in Snoop Dogg's top 10 list, right? Snoop Dogg has every right to not put Eminem in his top 10 list. Everyone does, right? So Eminem fans being like, he's whatever, and giving him every name under the sun for not putting Eminem in his top 10, it's just crazy to me. Like, even though he's said repeatedly that the people in his top 10 list are people from the 80s, right? Eminem wasn't doing anything in the 80s. You know what I mean? What was it? Well, he was still in school, or dropping out or whatever, right? He wasn't doing anything in the 80s. So, of course, Snoop Dogg's not going to put Eminem in in his top 10 list. Like, that's just common sense, right? But common sense to stans is like, petrol and water. It just doesn't mix. Another thing as well with stans is that, again, they don't add anything to the conversation, and that's the main problem I have with stans. So let me know what you think of this whole topic. I feel like that they're really, really holding back the genre in general, because it's like you can't criticize anything without being called a hater, and it's just stupid, and it's immature, and yeah, I just feel like it really, really holds the genre back. And yeah, and I feel like that's the difference between a stan and a fan. A fan wants the artist to make the best possible music they can make, right? A stan will just blindly accept everything and think everything is great from said artist. And if you disagree with that, you hate the artist because you're X, right? That X could be because you got a shit taste in music, because, your appearance isn't good enough, because, you know what I mean? Hey, listen, my appearance wasn't good enough way before I disliked your favorite rapper, right? Or way before I criticized your favorite rapper, right? So, hey, what can you say? Yeah, so that's my thoughts on stans. Even on my favorite artists, I can't stand them. I can't stand them. No pun intended. Yeah, so that's what I feel about this issue. Let me know what you think about stans in the comment section below. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you don't. You know, that's cool, and I'm not too fussed. Subscribe if you want to see more content. Let me know what you think. Peace.